Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a bouncing ball simulation, ideal for creating satisfying videos for your YouTube shorts and TikToks. First thing that we need to take care of is a class for balls with some attributes and a method to simulate the movement. I'm also going to add a class called circle. The circle will work as a border the balls cannot cross. For now, the only method of that class is going to be a method for checking whether the balls are colliding with the edge of the circle. To handle collisions, we're going to need some simple math and physics. First, we need to calculate the distance between the center of the ball and the center of the circle. If the calculated distance is greater than or equal to the difference between the radius of the ball and the radius of the circle, we know that the collision is happening and the ball needs to bounce. To calculate the ball's new velocity after collision, we're gonna need two things. The ball's velocity before the collision and the normal vector, which is the direction from the center of the circle to the point where the collision happens. The first thing is already known, so we only need to calculate the second one. To do that, we need the difference of ball center point and the circle center point divided by the distance between them. The final step is to calculate the dot product of the velocity vector and the normal vector, then apply the corresponding formula. Okay, now that we have our logic ready, we need to set up some things to actually see something happening on the screen. As you can see, the ball bounces off the edge as expected, so now it's time to add gravity to our simulation. It's actually very simple. We only need to add some constant value that is going to be added to ball velocity every frame, and we should be good to go. Well, that's unexpected, but fortunately we only need one line of code to fix that. Gravity seems to be working quite well, so let's try to code the collisions between balls. To do that, we need to simulate what is called an elastic collision. According to Wikipedia, collision is considered elastic when the total kinetic energy is preserved. First thing we're gonna need is relative velocity, which is the difference between velocities of colliding balls. Then, we calculate the normal vector just like we did while handling collisions with a border. The last step is calculating the dot product of relative velocity and normal vector. After that, we can calculate the new velocity of each ball after the collision. As you can see, the collisions are a little bit buggy. Sometimes the balls are sticking with each other and spinning or getting blocked in the border. The reason for that behavior is pretty simple. When the next frame is calculated and all the balls get new positions, they can overlap. Then the collision is being detected. Most of the time, the velocity after a collision is high enough that the positions calculated in the next frame won't be close enough for the balls to overlap. Sometimes that is not the case and the collision is happening multiple times in a row. That's what causes problems. To fix this, I decided to make a small correction of positions every time a collision is detected. In order to do that, I calculated the ratio of radii of the balls and moved them proportionately along the normal vector in opposite directions. The problem seems to be solved, so now I'm going to focus on the final task, adding trails to the simulation. To do that, I'm going to add a new parameter to every ball, which is a tag for storing previous positions. The tag is going to have a max length, so every time I add a new position, the oldest one is going to be removed. I'm also going to write a function called drawTail, where I'm going to iterate over the tag and draw a circle for every position with decreasing radius and more faded color. Let's see how it works. Okay, simulation is looking quite well, so that would be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments section.